We are the biggest, we are the largest, we are the highest, we are the greatest African spiritual platform. My name is always Queen Adasa. Call me Empress Makida. I am the spear of the destiny and I am the world star number 8. I welcome you. It's a great, I've missed you guys. It's another great episode. We are still here. Okaze yeko yanko yetete kwan chen ha ya ya ba biom na mankra kra bia akwaba odo ene asomdwe kwan so mafe mu papa pa megidi se mo so mafe me na mafe randoms mafe randoms time akwa ne no di kan de ti abeso ene be fa ne se rapture no my name is always Queen Hadasha. Call me Queen Adasa. I'm Empress Makida. I am Labraska, the sun goddess. I am the spear of destiny. Call me the world star number 8. You are watching Revelations, the biggest. Abusia me man kran kra bia akwaba mo me ma ye guest no akwaba emfambra show no so na yen hwe dia owo edema papa ye mo akwaba kese pa. What language are you comfortable with?
English.
Yeah, English. Where you Bruni?
No, I'm Ghanaian, but I'll be mixing.
You'll be mixing it.
Yeah.
Almost say you're mixing it. It's a Gary Soakins name Katie no. Into no pacho. And that your first time they will be introduce you to our beautiful viewers and subscribers. Now what catch who you are, the one we are Brun Sam, we are the BBI ready for anything.
Okay, yeah. So you're from me 9BEING. Okay, yeah. I practice the act of soul projection. So that is who I am. So I'm a teacher. So yeah, I just teach people how to do those kind of
those kind of things is what do you mean by that?
To project their consciousness out of their body.
Okay, and your name is what?
9BEING.
What's that?
9BEING just the name I choose to represent black people, the 9 ether, melanin.
Oh, okay. So 9BEING.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Black people.
Yeah.
So when you say black people, who are you talking about?
Black people is those who contain the melanin.
Okay.
The black, because I mean, when you go to the basic of black people, we come from different species though, right? But the common thing among us is the melanin, which is the black ether. So yeah, so.
Oh, but the white people also have melanin, or you don't know?
Yeah, they have, but ours is 9. Okay, yeah, and the
okay.
is
it's clear. Okay, so when you say black people, they come from different species.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, so then we need to go back to the beginning, right? So when the creation started, okay, where we have the Anunnakis came in, they created the primitive species. Okay, with Anunnakis created was 4 primitive species. We were having the Twa people, we are having the Watusi, and then we're having the Twa, and then the Hindus. Okay, those who contain the black. Okay, so the first people or the first species, the Anunnakis spliced their DNA with was the we call the Twa, the Sans people, or we call them the Croatians. Those people who, when they are talking, they'll be like that. Yeah. So they were the first species, and after that, came the Twa, and after that came the Watusi. Yeah.
So those are the
primitive species, and then they intermarriage into themselves. Yeah.
Okay. Right now, where do we find these people?
Okay. So, for example, their features is what we can use to know that this person is Watusi, Hindu, or Twa. So the Watusi are the tall people who does not have beard. Okay, they come from the Orion star system, the Adam, bloodline, Adamu bloodline. Right? And then we have the Twa, those who are very, very short. So the Twa will be like Ashanti, right? They are very, very short. Okay, yeah. And then we have the Croatians, that black people who look like the Asian type people. Yeah.
I want to know where we can find them.
Yeah, they are among of us because of the intermarriage. But the features is what shows. So if you have for example, the Anunnakis are also around, the Anunnakis genetics. So if you have someone who's very, very thick tall, okay, for example, those who are very thick tall, they have beard, have Anunnaki genes in them, okay? And then those who are very short people, very, very short, are the Twa. And even for the short people, who have different type of them. Those who call the Kuti Academy people, right? They also come from the Nibiru, the Anunnaki, you know, spaceships or something, right? So they too have their own species. That is why their genetics, they cannot do anything. They only are who they actually, you know, how their genetics
are. You taking women out of your calculations? Because you keep saying beard and tall and all that.
Yeah,
so how do we know the women too?
Oh yeah. So the women, as for you, maybe you have the Anunnaki genes because of how tall you are. Yeah. But the short people too, they have that is, so if the woman is short, very, very short, like what we used to call the Asantis. No, I'm saying Asante for Intia, they were the Twa people, were Krudomu Twa people, right? Yeah. So if you have a woman who is very short, he's on the Twa, he have that genetics of Twa men. Okay? And then those who are very high, like, you know, who, like how you are, Anunnaki. So yeah, there is, yeah, different type of.
You are watching the biggest and the largest. Sometimes I'm scared of my own platform. You people know I just came from school. I just ended the school on the Bermuda Triangle, and a holiday spirituality no enye enye tamiewu ani susumasa. A holiday be twumoja na ya check ya she. So I am telling you this with every confidence that I'm the true bloodline tested with certificate. So he's just not saying anything wrong. But I'm just surprised at this platform that it reveals BBA Sinti or any pen and makeup guy ni sorry PA ni ye machine. Aha, ni ye machine say, hey, there's a guy here became or sorry PA, but was say that is what we are doing here. We are working hard. And I tell you, the energies that controls this universe possesses this very platform and this very studio. You are watching the biggest and the largest. I'm doing randoms with him, but his topic is actually nature of our existence. The entire we are seeing so on faso, but he's touched base with a very huge topic because and these are the things that I went to learn, and also the lines to know African lands ankasa, because when you say this, people say Israel and I Jew for, and we go beyond that. That's what I went to learn for 6 whole weeks, and I'm now back with you people. I love you so much. Your care, you people were worried about me, all the questions, all the tests. Thank you so much. Those who took upon themselves to pay all my bills. Hey, mutumi send Mastercards, any details, Maame. That's the trust is high. About 12 people in America sent me their cards with details that Maame Grace, you use till you come back. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Mr. Alex. I'm most grateful. My ticket was about $20,000 and it was taken care of. Thank you very much, your support. Those who were in America carrying food to Mexico just to feed me. Thank you so much. I appreciate. We will talk about this later. And he just came to hit one of the topics I went to learn. I'm so happy, and it's an evidence that the energies are with me. That makes me the Diakon. I'm one of a kind. There is none like me. I welcome you once again, and we are discussing nature of our existence, and our brother is going to take us through. You said you teach people how to get out of their bodies, like are you talking about astral projection?
No.
So what are you talking
soul
about?
Projection.
Soul projection, yes. So
them.
Explain.
Okay, so astral projection is when you project only your astral body out of yourself, right? Initially, you have 5 bodies. You have physical, astral, cosmic, mental, and etheric. So astral projection is just you projecting only the astral body out of yourself, and you are limited. You only explore only the astral plane. You don't get to go to some of the higher planes. But with the soul, because of soul is beyond time and space, okay, you can go through all the planes of existence, even out of creation. Yeah, so we learn how to actually project your consciousness. Okay, that is where you can learn to do bilocations and all that. And
what does it benefit mankind? Projecting your soul to what does it benefit us? We dey here, we dey suffer for e-levy. They come talk us say we for project our soul. What does it benefit us?
Yeah, it benefits us very much. We get freedom, we get knowledge, because we need to actually understand the nature of our existence, how we are dealing, how our relatives actually are. And I feel black people, we mix that aspect. We don't really understand how our nature is actually, how the fabric of nature is all about. So when we learn, because even what is actually happening to black people is on the astral level. They are moving from the mental level, right? But people take it still on the mental level. But it's now on the astral. They are usurping people's energy and controlling people astrally, right? So if people knew how to project their consciousness, because these beings are on the astral planes. So if you two can go there, then you can, you know, fight them, or you can just protect yourself from them. But after us, we don't understand this stuff, and even some of this stuff is being demonized, you know. So all these beings are just usurping our energies. We are like blind people walking around. They are just, you know, doing all horrible things to us. So if we actually know how to do it and know how to explore the universes, then we understand that even your neighbor is an aspect of you, because we mix that aspect. So even someone is doing something, the person thinks he's, you know, different from you, and all these negative vibrations are going to just wash off, because you understand that you are just a speck. That even when we take the physical universe, we are human beings are just like a speck of dust, because even the galaxies are nearly infinite. So it's more like just we being able to explore and know who we actually are. That is the whole thing, to know that we contains the power, that the power is within us, so we can go in within ourselves, and then from then we can know the reality of what we're actually dealing with, our daily lives. You see, how we interact with reality. When I say when we interact with reality, how we interact with our neighbors, our, you know, fellow human beings. And then this is going to change the course of human, you know, because if you can explore the universes, you know who we actually are, then no one is actually going to kill
Do
people.
we all have to practice this?
Yeah.
Or is for some special people?
No. Everybody have it. Okay, so the whole thing is we all are souls. You see, it is not about even black people or white, or we are all souls. And souls as we are, I always say this, we are as quantity and as quality as the source. The only difference between us and the source is state of consciousness, because we are it and it is us. And we are in a place in existence, right? And creation is within existence. Creation is not existence. So creation is in 5 levels: physical, astral, causal, mental, and etheric. So that is creation. So we are in creation to learn about ourselves, to attain self-realization. So through the experiences we are having, through experiences everyone is having, either a prostitute, either a murderer, these are all experiences which was put into this simulation or the matrix for us to have those experiences, and at the end we will realize who we are as a soul.
Okay, you are watching the biggest and the largest. I say, you know, we are Revelations. We are the tallest African spiritual platform. Don't forget, we are educational platform. We do not subscribe or prescribe any of our guests to you. We just want you to learn and gain your consciousness. Do things all by yourself. That's our mission, that's our purpose, that's our movement. And you know, okay, so tell us nature of our existence. When you say nature, explain existence, and then put your topic on the table for us to see.
Okay, so nature is everything. Everything is nature. Even the chairs, everyone is nature. Human beings, the trees, right? But most of the time, people think nature is only the trees or in the forest or something. But everything is nature. Everything comes from nature. So we are all nature, right? And then existence, when I say existence, we are talking about the planes. You see, even when you come to, I think Ghana here, the idea of even the spiritual world and physical world, you know, you don't even understand how it works. For example, we all contain spirit, right? So the idea of there's a spirit world, because spirit world means spirits are living there, and we too contain spirit. So this physical plane is also a spirit world. So we all need to understand that what we are dealing with is we are all in creation. You see, and creation, the only difference is we are in different levels of the game. So we are in the physical plane, and there are people in the astral plane. The only thing separating us from them is just a frequency. And you can just learn to go there and have an experience. So understanding our nature of existence, just understanding how the universe actually works.
Okay, so what actually is hindering people to understand this? That we all have to know this, understand this, go through these realms, so we are able to create.
Yeah.
Because how do we, what is actually hindering or blocking this information or this knowledge getting through to people?
Wow, then we need to go very far. Yeah, so I mean, we have the reptilians there. You have different aliens around who don't want this knowledge to come out. Yeah, because of who we are as non-ether beings or black people or human. Because we are co-creator with the source. We have imagination. If you can close your eyes and imagine something, it is existing somewhere in the astral planes. That is how powerful we are. So all these beings are just want us to, they have established things in place just for us to forget about ourselves, right? And the whole thing is they want just to usurp our energies because Christianity are not Grego. So all they have to do is just find means and ways. So our problem mostly is from other beings from other worlds.
Do you think there is a dome, there is a dome dividing this African continent and the Western world? The reason creativity, wealth, and the rest is not happening. Do you think there is a dome?
Yeah. They have shut our left brain out, just the right. I mean, even imagination, as I'm talking about. If I'm saying your power is your imagination, the power we hold as a human, imagination is 70%. Because with imagination is how we even travel within the inner planes. It's how we protect ourselves. But these things have been demonized. Even creativity comes from imagination, right? So that thing has been shut down. So if you talk to somebody...
So we can't even create fantasies. Not to think of... Charlie, you are watching the biggest and the largest. So tell me, what has this shutting of our left brain or the reptilian cortex, what do you think has caused Africans?
Oh, it's caused us very lot. I mean, our rational mind, how we, it caused us everything, right, to where we are. And then religion, another aspect is in. I mean, our crowds are crowd workers who are there, yes, we're being for, right? But these are obi to me personal dilemma, something or bad, also the idea we are, it will see. It means this person is connected with the timeline. That person can travel into future. But this stuff, you're demoralizing it, right? Because it was done purposefully to shut Africans down. Because they know, say, we hold the power. And these beings and the archons and the reptilians, and they are all there trying to usurp our energies. It's funny. Like, people are just fighting for our planet to just, be owners of the planet. Where we here, we don't know how powerful we are or what we are in the galactical scale, right? So it is all about just usurping, owning, right? Because you are the powerful one. So if they can own you, then, they are powerful.
Security.
Yeah. So
you are watching the biggest. It doesn't mean I agree with you.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm always at the opposite side. Okay. So I asked you whether you feel there's a dome, because I was telling Dr. Kelly that I feel there's a dome protecting, even monkeys cannot come to African continent, to my own opinion.
Yeah, there's, okay, for example, extraterrestrials are around, like different alien species are around, right? But they don't show themselves, like the Andromedans, the Pleiadians, the Anunnakis too are around, right? Yeah, so unless you don't know, unless you are not in that system, that is why when I say soul projection, you'll be privileged or you'll be in that reality. Because you can travel to different galaxies with your role, free role, go there and come. So if these people are around, you know them, you can see them, you can interact with them. There are different beings here roaming about, but people don't know. And some of them are helping really, really much.
How are they helping Africans?
Yeah, they are helping.
Because now Dubai is doing the line. These, these energies are influencing whatever that's happening in the Western world. So if you say they are here, I was telling Dr. Kelly that it is ghosts that are ghosting around with archons. So if you feel we have these energies here, tell us what they are influencing.
Oh, so you are here, you are influencing, right? Me too, I'm here, I'm influencing.
We are influencing just the knowledge. We want to see evidence, creating of cars and all those things. Okay. So, because they influence all these things.
Yeah. But that one will be, we will get that aspect when we can elevate ourselves, when we have a higher state of consciousness, more than that we are. So that is where the exploring of the universe will just, cross that road for us to be able to know, oh, so this is how we are. Then we can go to this universe or this realm to learn this stuff and come back.
You are watching The Biggest and the Largest. So tell us nature of our existence. When you say that, what do you mean?
Okay, so I want to start with consciousness, who we are, the anatomy of consciousness. And I want to say this, that we are the source, right? And the source is us. Okay, I use this example like, or we are the spark of the source. I use the isness or the existence itself. I don't like the God idea because they have Bible connotations and all that, right? So we are source, we are source. That is the most powerful thing. Is if we are so, that is the powerful thing alive. We created the whole universe, and always it kind of, Africa, we always put our energies aside. We put our attention outside of ourselves, not looking within ourselves. You see, so one also of our problem that we don't know who we are as a soul. So I always say, getting back to our root, the road getting back to our root is to get back to who we are as a soul. And Africa, so we need to go on the soul level, who we actually are. That is, we are omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. We are the same as the source. The only difference is state of consciousness. And we can learn to unfold this power. And how can we do that? It's through practices. So the more we explore the universes, the more we explore ourselves. The idea of going within yourself, the universe is within. So you need to explore it. So the more you explore, you understand that you are the universe. You are the creator. And it is you, and you are it.
So how do we explore?
That is the soul projection.
So we want to know, how do we, I just wake up and I'm like, when's the big show? Bam. Okay. Is that what you are saying?
No.
So how do we do that?
Yeah, so there are practices in prayer. It's very easy. And this thing, everybody does it. It's common. It's easy too, right? It is just an attention. You are shifting your attention from this body, all right? Because your consciousness is your awareness and it's your attention. And attention expresses itself in this body by sensory perceptions, which is the seeing, the hearing, the tasting, and the feeling. If that is what makes consciousness conscious of itself, right? Yeah, so if we can remove that attention from this body, for example, when we close our eyes, and I say, imagine your room, you can see your room. You've closed this eye. So which eye are you using to see your room? Right? I think that one, the third eye, everyone knows. So that is it. So one of our sensory perception, we can use it to see in other dimension or see in our room. So it left with other faculties or other perceptions, which is the taste, the hearing. So if we can project our seeing faculty, in our room, and we can project the hearing aspect in there, then we are there. Because it is that thing, the sensory perception, the attention, that make us in this body. So if we can shift that attention from here to other location, then we are there. That is how it takes. So for example, when I say close your eyes, imagine standing in front of this door and looking to yourself. So what are you doing? Some of your attention is in or on the door, where the door is. So you are at the door. So what you are doing is now by location. You split some of your consciousness, okay, to one location. So it left it some of the attention which is in this physical body. You need to remove it to that location, because only one attention has left the body, which is this seeing aspect. So you need the other faculties, to be there, and then that is all. Yeah. So we have, so through imagination, okay, we can do all this stuff easily, and everybody, we all do it.
And if we do that, what happens?
Yeah, if we do that, then we can find the truth. What is happening to Africa? If even the idea of Christianity and Bible go back in time, see if Christ was even there, see how this planet, was created. So that is what we call spirituality itself, right? Because everybody talk about spirituality. It seems there is a connection. They always have connection with some universe or spiritual world. So that is where the key lies, right? So if you two can learn to go there, then you still have the key to the universe.
And when you have the key to the universe, what happens?
Yeah, you find the answers, and you can use it to better your life.
Can use it to better your life. You are watching The Biggest and Largest. Okay, so right now, how do we get this? Where do you think we should start giving this information to people? And the understanding about this, you know, Africa, when you talk spirituality, they talk about their problems, marital issues, money issues being sorted. I see it from a different angle. I'm not saying we don't have issues. We have issues. The reason we go to hospital, we go through a lot of things just to get them sorted. But when you talk spirituality in Africa, it has become a whole business.
Yeah.
So how do we differentiate spirituality, like you said, that it will benefit each and individual person, that will not go to obi say na me ko ye na me tu ye na me ko si diano so na time e be share masun e fa. How do we communicate this? Where do you think we should start from? Give me 5 stretches.
Oh, okay. We need to understand state of consciousness, right? People are embodied with physical plane, state of consciousness. People also embodied with astral state of consciousness, you know, Maame Wata.
You explain them one by one so we are able to get it. I don't want to put my mouth in your diary. Okay. So when you say one, explain so the public will get the full information or education.
So how this information is going to help us, right? So for example, protection, right? If you know how to project, one, you can protect yourself from any entity, right? Because you are the source. Okay, the only thing we don't understand is that this universe is in vibration, frequency, and energy, right? So if you can just go out of your body, create a shield out of, you know, around yourself, that is it. No being can enter. If you say no one is going to enter, no one is going to enter, because you are the source, and that person also is the source, but you are protecting yourself, so that being cannot enter. So one, protection is there, and two, lies, right? Because the idea of spirituality is more subjective, like. Because there's no way you can prove it to you. Because when they say, well, I call home, we are saying, baby. Bro, how can I actually verify what you are saying? So then this thing will give us the ability for us to also explore to know the truth. That, okay, then what you are saying is actually true. So lies, you know, will be out. No one will be deceiving people. Everyone will have his own. This is more like a mastery. You know who you are. You can find information on yourself. You can protect yourself. You can verify what people are saying. But the problem is we don't have these things. We don't actually know how to do it. It will be I mean, you know, it looks mysterious or something, right? But I always say there's nothing mysterious than your soul. Nothing is greater or powerful than your soul. So if you can work within yourself, then all questions will be answered. That is all. So
I said give me 5 structures, how fast we can communicate this to individual people.
Oh, yeah. So
5 structures.
Yeah. So we need to, one, understand, as I was saying, who we are as a soul. We need to start to make people understand who they are as a soul. Okay, so that is the fundamental of it all. Because if you are saying this stuff and you don't know, make the person understand who the person is.
What is a soul in the first place?
Okay, a soul is the spark of the source. Okay, so we are the source, like the spark, like also say kaya answer a jabi to free, like we are like that. So we contain all what the source contains.
Continue with your stretches.
Yeah, so that is one that we need to learn how who we are, right? And then 2, we need to understand the nature of existence, the planes of existence, because the spiritual world are quite confusing. You see, I can't boom too much.
You started explaining the sea, and I want you to go by that line.
Oh, the state of consciousness. Oh, okay. So you found the physical state of consciousness. I mean, pyramids, mysteries, histories, Asante, Israel, these are all physical state of consciousness. When you go to the astral, will be embodied with the astral state of consciousness. Or more astral projection, numerology, palmistry, ancestry, angels, gods, my health. All these are astral state. We will be able to be projecting to the astral. You can do all this stuff. Psychic ability, when you go to the causal plane, that is where we are getting into the bigger aspect. You understanding the multiverse, you understanding timelines, right? So that and then from there we are going to the mental plane. Okay, for the mental plane, that is where we are dealing with the mind, right? Buddhism from Medruno. That's why they chant the word Om. The Om is the sound of the mental plane. 2% come mental plane now with the exercise. You can chant the om, you can project to the mental plane. Okay, and the color is the orange, you know, that is the most dominant color in that plane. And you have the etheric plane, that is where you are dealing with the subconscious mind. Okay, the etheric body. Okay, your intuition, you see. Ansana so naba. Okay.
Are these things you are saying difficult?
It is not difficult. Because all of this stuff, we are using it simultaneously. Because the 5 levels of creation, right? We have the bodies there. Every 5 bodies, every plane, we have 8 bodies. So in the physical plane, we have the physical body. Astral plane, we have the astral body. That is where our emotions come from. Love, anger, it is in the astral plane. And our memories is on the causal plane, where the akashic records are, right? And the mental plane, that is where analytical, we are analyzing your mind, where deep thoughts, we are using that. When it is where mathematics, you are using the mental body. And then the etheric body is where the subconscious mind is, where our programming and everything start from, right? I also have a problem because we are not supposed to have a subconscious mind. It is an implant, right? And then after no, and suddenly you do so no. So no share all this body in a drum who say, right? Yeah, and so physical body in a drop there that you are taking.
They
on
continue
the astral.
from there.
Yeah, the astral.
Okay, so structures to get this information to people. That's the most important thing to me.
Yeah, so structures.
Can said you be nipa dwene free so. Say wo hwe niama we na wo pese wo practice ya and say wo problems ni sika wo benya, but you do this so that you have your peace of mind and understand life. How do we communicate these 5 structures?
Yeah, so 1, what you are doing, right? You need to preach like that what it is. Okay, and 2, practices is also there. We need to teach people the actual practices of how to do it. You see, and yes, because soul learns through direct experiences, right? It is not listening or information, right? But people like the entertainment aspect of listening to information. They don't like they don't like the practicing, right? Yeah, because it is also part of the matrix to be able to say a man for be entertained by this kind of stuff, but not be able to practice
drama.
Yeah. So yeah. So say we telling people
that is one what I'm doing.
Yeah. And then what I said now, which is
practicing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. After we practice it, then we get into the nature of our existence. Okay, and understand the planes so that the confusion, in the spiritual arena, I don't call this stuff spirituality because it's part of the system already. Because if you know how to project, that is the answer to it all. It's always there. So then we teach people about the nature, how the universe actually are. Because for example, obicha nipeti here, right? No, the Bible you be now so Charlie. You can use your imagination to protect yourself. The pastor because what? Nipani nipeti no mean for imagination. Mama mean for baby. Nipani name say he has the power already to use imagination to protect him or yourself, right? Yeah, so we need to also understand the very nature of our existence. Yeah, and I think 5 is just teaching people. We teach other people to teach other people. Because it is about raising the vibration of the planet. So even what I'm doing is to help people, teach people how to be teachers. So that they too will teach other people. Because it is about helping. It is not about just or that. It's about a raising vibration. That is the most important. And yeah.
That's the most important thing. You are watching the biggest and the largest. I think this morning you watched my time with Maame Grace on how to witch hunting your own self or freedom. So this afternoon you are watching this, and this night we will talk about darkness on spiritual hour, and then you will understand not black or dark alone, what it actually means. We are going to make sure this 2024 ube have your consciousness to the fullest. That's what we are going to do. I am declaring it spiritual intelligence, and we will get there. So we are in the process. So right now, we advise how the nipa no wo, but 2024 is coming. As a soul projector, what are the frequencies and the megahertz that are going to rule this continent? Right? I know it's a difficult question.
Yeah, it's not very difficult. Okay, so I know people do predictions through numerologies and all that, but again, we need to understand timelines, right? time is not linear. Time is like it depends on the now. So, I mean, people do predictions, but it doesn't work because they don't understand
timeline, because the time can swerve it, reshuffling and
so it depends on the now. So for me to say 2024 this is going to happen, I won't.
That's a prediction.
Yeah, it is a prediction. It is not going to work because it is just a possibility, but it is not exact. So I think one more mere prediction, maybe they can explain that aspect, because that is why most of prediction does not work, because you need to understand timeline. You are dealing with the future.
But are you saying if we should understand the timeline, when you project as a soul projector, you don't see some of these timelines that are laid down for maybe future? Is that what you are saying?
Yeah, you may see, but it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. That's what I'm saying. So how you've not seen any possibility for 2024 for Ghana?
Yeah. I mean, okay. So more awakening is coming.
Okay.
And then more kind of a disclosure.
That one we know because we are going into Aquarius era. We want to know what you tap as a soul projector. We want more than this numerology and archaeology stuff.
Yeah. So that is what I was saying. Right now in the Aquarius age, what we need right now is this. So when I was saying the more awakening is coming, is people are going to be exposed with this kind of stuff very much, so that we can all be free, so that we can ascend to the 5D people are talking in the mind, right? We need to exist because people already existing in that. People already going to different planets and having communication with other people, but people are just now on a religion, trying to get out of religion. So it's a problem. Yeah, so as for 2024, me, I don't deal with the numerology aspect. That I don't, because it is a possibility. Because
you, as a soul projector, you feel it's limited. So say it.
Yeah, I don't actually involve myself. But again, what I would say is more disclosure is coming. I think there is intergalactic, aliens kind of stuff is about to happen. So I think it's from now 2023 to 2027, there's going to be a global kind of stuff that is going to shift the vibrations of the
that's
people.
Nice. You are watching the biggest and the largest. I think Africa will be great again. What do you think?
We will. I mean, when I started this stuff, right, we are freaking powerful because most of the stuff, people are already doing it though, even the projection. Yesterday I was talking with somebody. He was saying he also that the same thing or kind of way before. So this kind of stuff we are already doing it. Everyone who will be asked will be some kind of a
experience be, but yeah man so then like
Yeah, so we are going to be great again. I mean, it is going to be, right? And then it is not say about great number of I mean, that's also
concept
a low vibration.
Concept also. Vengeance.
You see, it is a low vibration. We are all going to be great, right? I mean, Madagaya or Madakai, or your mother, okay? Into any yin and ba, or you tuntumu your cocoa in and ba, or Bevesi in will be awakened. Okay, so she loves all of us, but we also need to turn within ourselves to know that we carry the power, because that is where we are mixing the whole thing. We don't know who we are. That is the whole thing. If you know who we are, then because all these reptilians and the AI stuff trying to attack her just to take all this planet. But even if Senka we know the projection, that is even one of my plans. People can even help her, right? But what people are doing, they think they are helping, but it is not actually helping. You need to go there, communicate, because there is so much she is actually dealing with in the galactical level. Also, or a celestial. So she's dealing with the celestial warfare and all that. Okay? So any aliens, all this stuff, people doesn't even know this, right? That she was being attacked and all that. And these reptilians and the mind toys, insectoids beings, he said the reptilians for the insectoids for now be taking over. The AI stuff on the person about to take over, all this.
I mean, the reptilians almost starting all the shiftings that is happening to you people.
Yeah.
So they are part of this whole.
Yeah. So I'm going to say planet in your media, and I'll show you what. Because somebody can't find a planet. And then I cry ever into.
Yeah. Asamo.
But
do you think they've robbed everything of these black people and have replanted? Do you think Africans have their minds?
No. Again,
or you think
like, so once I make about subconscious mind, right? Everything that is subconscious, you can be programmed there without you knowing.
So Africans, they are.
Yeah, we've been programming daily with frequencies and all that. We don't actually know what is actually happening. We are just blind, right? Yeah. So I think if we get to these practices, then we can know. Oh, this is this is not good. This is what we should be doing. This is what and then we are going to liberate. And the vibration now you're very low, no. You're very, very fast. You're buy into that top level because that is where the Abrafon were. Ocean scientists.
Because I don't know influence BBL.
Almost scientists, they are on the quantum. They are trying to get into the astral. I'm going to be a scientist, no.
Now, channeling everything. They've polished it up and they are doing greater stuff.
So if we too can chase them on that aspect, then
we are good to go.
We are good to go.
Because at the end of the day, we'll be brave.
Because your share level no. What the astral projection in the TikTok. Abrafon crown one HH or more you and Benvon Crada by Ghana here. A chair penya,
when did you hear crown also die?
Yeah.
So you are watching the biggest and the largest. We will get there. Trust me, we believe we will get there at all costs. And Africa will be great. Again, every black child out there watching me, if you are a mother, tell that child that I said the fact that he or she is black, she is the owner of this world. She is powerful. She is the richest. Tell them that they should just work on their consciousness and they will get there. Tell them to tell each and every one of themselves, encourage them. So what is your advice for the public concerning this, your topic, nature of our existence?
I would say they are the source. They contains everything. So please, know that you are powerful. Know you are omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent. Just know that, and whatever you speak will come to existence. Just have that knowingness. It is just simple, but anyway. So that is my advice, please. You contain all the power. So just speak things to existence. Bend relative to your role. Do good. See your neighbor as yourself, because your neighbor, I'm a reflection of you. You are a reflection of me. You okay? So we are all reflection of ourselves. So we should learn to love each other as ourselves.
Love is the universe. Yeah. Love is God.
Is the key.
Anambwa.
Yeah.
Love is everything.
Yeah, love is everything. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming on Revelation. Abusuya say I'm life. Now watch your comment section. I think I didn't finish my questions. I have so much to ask him. In fact, honestly, I think he's one person who is touching base with a place where people don't actually go. I think she should come and explain all these dimensions, what happens there and all that. But the power is yours to bring him life. So we are able to ask him questions and all that. But our time is almost... So we want you to give out your social media handles so people can learn. They are coming to learn.
Yeah. So we only have Telegram and YouTube. We just started. So it is expanding beyond the seekers. That is our YouTube page. So when you go to the YouTube page, the link is under every YouTube video. So you can click on the video. They take you to the beginner classes where we start to learn about this stuff. And then from there, we get into actual practices so that you too can have your own experiences. And you too, the goal is to learn and teach other people the same as you've acquired that knowledge, so that them too also teach other people, and together now will help humanity to raise the vibration.
You help humanity to raise the vibration. Abusia, ahana yebetumi edewa babedu order for, and that's how kono mulakane yiba kunya omuso omukoto no yefeni say. Yankofo painkiller, tramo. Any you don't have to burn or smoke anything to get through to this knowledge. Mumayembra form low and try to restart, and we will all get it. Thank you so much for coming, brother. We appreciate your presence on this platform. Thank you so much for watching the biggest, for my name the show is Revelations, the biggest spiritual platform in the world, not Africa. Now we are going beyond. Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. Shalom. Peace.